some grapes and cheese. What's up with? Got my grapes and cheese, man. Grapes and cheese. Carbs and protein. Let me tell you something real quick, bruh, about you incels and shit. You guys choose this lifestyle, man. You know, it takes hard fucking work to be select men. Okay? It takes hard work to be select men. And a lot of you incels are lazy, bruh. See what I'm saying? You guys don't want to work. To get out of your situation, man. You know? You guys don't want to do anything, man. My bad, my bad. Incels, I'm sorry, bro. Game is not enough for you, bro. Game is not gonna work for you. You need money and status, man. A lot of you guys are lazy. You don't want to work hard to attract women, man. That's why when you claim me to be your own, when you guys claim me to be incel, I laugh. I'm like, dude, I am not incel. Dating got tougher for me once the dating app showed up. But I was still getting it in every now and then. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I've been like sexless for 10 years. Nah, man. I've been fucking. You know, I've been fucking, bro. Especially, especially when I'm at low percentage body fat, man. You know, you gotta get out here and compete with other men, man. That's what you built to do. That's why you got strength and shit, bro. But you guys can stop coming around my channel because I don't need you around, bro. You dislike the video because of what I said a while back about you guys. I'm not gonna like sugarcoat nothing, bro. You need to earn your way through life, man. You know, nobody's gonna walk up and give you a girlfriend, blood. You gotta get out there and earn that shit, bro. You know, I have always been in between inceldom and select men my whole entire life. When I put on weight, I become an incel. When I lose the weight, I become pretty wicky. You know what I'm saying? I become pretty Ricky. So it's like, dude, you have to realize that you have inferior genetics, bro. That's reality for you. Your genetics didn't come out right. Your parents wasn't thinking. Or your parents were Chad and Tyrone and you just came out to be a runt. I mean, your parents were Chad and Tyrone. Your parents was Tyrone and Keisha, or Chad and Stacy. You know what I'm saying? And you came out to be a runt. You see what I'm saying? Now, I still struggle in the dating market, bro, because you know what? There's not a whole lot of pussy to go around. You get online, you look for bitches to fuck. You know what I'm saying? Normally, when you get online, it's not going to be good quality. It's going to be like some old grandma or some shit like that. Well, sometimes you got to get your dick wet. When there's not a pandemic, you got to get your dick wet. You're going to go in, especially if she got some big old titties and she got a big ass. You going to go in. You know what I'm saying? But I never have been like sexless for like years at a time. A real incel is a guy who basically is nearly a virgin, okay? When you think about facing LMS, okay, this guy, he basically dated one girl his whole entire life. So I'm saying, and that was like a single mother back before social media started popping off, okay? That was it for him. That was the last time he'd been out on a date or been with a female. I've been on a few dates recently, bruh. So I'm saying, so that doesn't make me incel, okay? Let's get that straight. You know, an incel is a guy with weird fucking features. He basically looks like an alien. I seen the pictures that Facing LMS put up on his channel, bruh, or one of his videos. And I saw the difference between the Chad and the incel. The Chad got like, you know, hawk features, you know, hunter eyes, you know, high cheekbones and shit like that. And then you got the incel, the guy basically look like an alien almost. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't really look human. So I'm saying he basically looks like an animal or something. You know, he resembles an animal like a camel or a fucking like Jay-Z. You know, motherfucker look like a camel. You know what I'm saying? He just got weird looking features. He looks odd. He doesn't look like he's part of the human species. So I'm saying that's an incel. His genetics are shit. Okay, when you look at me, I'm not. I don't look like that, bro. I don't look like that. I look like a straight up normie, man, and that's what I am. I'm a straight up normie. I'm a six at best, bro. So I'm saying I'm a six at best. When I dress up, I put on some nice shoes and some cologne and go out and you know, I am a six at best. Okay. If I was a seven, I probably would have a girlfriend by now, bro. So I'm saying, but you know, nowadays you got to be a 6.5 to cop a girlfriend out here. I'm just not that 6.5, bro. I'm right there at the borderline because I am attracting females. I'm not an incel. So I'm saying, and I'm not super select either, bro, because of my height. You know what I'm saying? My height, I'm 5'9", 5'10". I'm right in between there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna struggle. You know what I'm saying? And that has always stopped me from getting like the super pretty chicks because it's just been my height my whole entire life. Dude, if I was like 6'2" at like 22 years old, 23 years old, I would have been slaying every single female that I probably would have like laid my eyes on. But since I was 5'9", you know what I'm saying, that really fucked up my chances of getting Stacy, as you call them. So I'm saying, top tier females. You feel me? But nah, I went through a lot of women in my 20s, and I'm still going through them right now, bruh. Not an incel. I don't know what you guys, you know, are saying, but I'm not an incel. But some things I'm gonna say that's gonna hurt your feelings, bro. Like why? I mean, why are you guys following me for the first place? It's like, dude, I get pussy every now and then. We don't have much in common. Do I struggle in the dating market? Yes, because I don't have height or money. Okay, I'm broke. I'm gonna struggle in the dating market. I'm competing with motherfuckers who got their shit together, good looking dudes who got their shit together. So I'm saying, I'm competing with those guys. You know what I'm saying? When there's not a whole lot of pussy to go around, some motherfuckers, they gonna get left out in the cold. Even if you a good looking dude, you gonna get left out in the cold when there's not a whole lot of pussy to go around, and there's not a whole lot of pussy to go around. And that 20%, theory, that 80-20 or whatever percent theory, I don't think that's the case. I just think that women are just going with their best options available. It's there. I mean, not all women are dealing with the 20%. A lot of females, they're not, as you can see with Kevin Samuels, a lot of the rich guys don't deal with pretty average women, blood. They don't. They deal with top tier females. So I'm saying, now if you think about it, the top tier females, they're the ones that are dealing with 20%, not the females that are 6 and below. Okay, they're not dealing with the top 20%. They're only dealing with their best options. So dudes who are one, twos, and threes, they're gonna get left out of the cold, bruh. Until you come up on some money, until you fucking get out there and blow up and make shit happen for yourself. Other than that, dude, it's over for you, bruh. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. If you're not out there trying to become a millionaire at least, or a thousandaire or something, you ain't gonna have a good dating life, bruh. You not. Me, I don't have the dating life that I like, that I want, you know, but I do have a dating life when there's no pandemic. Right now, ain't nobody supposed to be having a dating life right now anyway because of a pandemic. You can catch COVID dating out there with a bunch of women and shit, blood. Cause women, they're very social, bruh. See what I'm saying? Women are very fucking social. So they're gonna give you the coronavirus, just hanging out with you and shit, going out on a date with you. You feel me? You know, at one point I thought I was an incel, and I was like, what I start asking questions, you know, and I even heard Facing LMS say, nah, you're not an incel. You're just going through the droughts. Now, I went through a year and a half being overweight, not being able to get women. Yeah, but that doesn't qualify me being incel. It was just like he was going through a drought because you were overweight, motherfucker. That's it. You were going through a drought because you were overweight. Now you dropped the weight, so now you start getting dates again. You start having a normal life, a normal dating life again. you know, they're not good quality women, but yeah, it's pussy. So you go ahead and take it because you have to. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of you guys, incels you guys got to become producers, songwriters, movie producers, you know what I'm saying? And music producers, movie producers. So, dude, you guys got to be making the top dollar out here. You incels, you can't be sitting back being broke and ugly at the same time, or broke and unattractive. That shit don't mix. Like I said before, when I was overweight, I was broke and unattractive at the same time. That shit didn't mix. That's what gave me a drought of a year and a half, bro. Being broke and overweight at the same time. That shit don't mix. A lot of you guys got bad, terrible genetics, bro. And that's what separates you from the select men and inceldom. So I'm saying, you know, a lot of incels in the past, they got tired of that shit. Mark Zuckerberg, this motherfucker, weird ass features. This nigga looks like an alien, okay? He definitely would have been barely incel if he would have never came up, or helped come up with the idea of Facebook. Dude, he would have been struggling right now. Another guy, Lil Wayne. He would be incel by now if he wasn't Lil Wayne. But he had to work twice as hard as Chad and Tyrone, bro. He had to. So I'm saying, he had to. He had to work twice as hard. I don't think you guys understand what world you living in. So I'm saying, I really don't understand why you guys don't understand. Your hard work gets you badass bitches, bro. So I'm saying, you guys are just settling for whatever lifestyle that's in front of you, that's not a good thing. You know what I mean? You gotta go out there and earn that shit, blood. Like, dude, I had to lose the weight, man. You know what I'm saying? And in order for me to get women's attention again, because I had it all through my 20s. It's just the fact that my metabolism slowed down, and I didn't know that I couldn't just eat anything, and and as you get older, you gotta watch what you eat and how much you eat. See what I'm saying? You gotta watch what you eat and how much you eat. You can't go all in. You see what I'm saying? You can't you can't become a glutton. But a lot of you guys lack the ability to work hard and stay on concentration mode for long periods of time. That's what it takes, bruh. I think you guys are not opening to learning new things. I think you guys are lazy. Simple as that. And laziness, man, that shit gets you nothing in life. If you're a lazy man, you might as well have never been born. See what I'm saying? If you're a lazy man, especially a lazy black man, you might as well never have been born, bro, because these other men out here, the elites, they're not lazy, bro. I'm telling you what you up against. Motherfuckers is getting up early in the morning so they can compete with you, bro. They're not the elites. They're not lazy. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't like what I'm saying in my videos, like, you don't have to come around. So I'm saying, I'm not here to fucking, hold your hand. I'm not here to, sugarcoat everything and lie to you and shit like that and tell you that game is gonna help you. Nah, some dudes' game is not gonna help them. It's not. Some dudes need to self-improve to get women. That's how it is. You can't change that. Some dudes have to become thousandaires or millionaires to get women. That's the truth. That it is what it is. Hey, it is what it is. Mike Tyson had to become heavyweight champion of the world so he can get some pussy. He had to beat all those heavyweight dudes inside the ring so he could get some pussy. Just so he can get a regular dating life. And on top of that, he got accused of rape in the end. So that I'm telling you, the odds are still stacked against you. Even if you become a millionaire. Things will never change in your life unless you change, man. Right now, a lot of you guys are not even getting sloppy seconds. You're not even getting grandmas in your DMs. At least I got like some grandmas in my DMs and shit, bruh. Nice looking grandmas, they ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? At least I got that. At least I got, like, some female around my age or some shit wanting to bang me and shit. A lot of you guys don't got that. You don't even got a 40-year-old that want to bang you. You're that hideous. Don't blame me. Blame your mom and dad, bro. They should have told you early on, son, you have to go to school. Or daughter, you have to go to school. Because no man's going to want to pay your bills. And in your case, no female's going to want to pay your bills or even date you. As an incel. Just wanted to make this short video, man. I don't want to make it too long. But you guys are going to be you're going to be in incel life for the rest of your life, bro. This is the rest of your life here. if you don't get out there and get that bread. If you don't get out there and become successful, this will be your life forever. You'll be jacking off until you're an old man. Hey man, that's just the way it is. This is the way the rules and the regulations are placed, blood. This is how life is for you. You don't change, you'll never get them hot women that you desire, bro. If you don't change. What's it gonna be? You guys have a good day. Subscribe, like, comment, I'm out.